You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Snap, the kick, it's been blocked again! Oh my! It's been blocked again! He's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be caught! It's a touchdown! And the Gators have won the game! Tyreek Cleveland! Oh my! I can't believe what I just saw! Dropping back to throw, pops and fires the ball over the middle. It's Dory! It's Dory! Got a touchdown! Dory's got a touchdown! Oh my! Dory's got a touchdown! Hands it off to Harvin. He comes back. Say goodbye.
Ahmad Black, in his final game as a Gator, takes it all the way home and sends Urban out a winner.
You have now arrived at Stadium and Gale.
Boys and girls, ladies and gents, welcome to another episode of It's your boy 25. What's up, y'all? Did you not get me? Welcome to another episode.
Oh, I hear you now.
Did I lag out? All right,
my
man,
fault. Try for your intro. It's your boy J Scott 25. What's good? Sorry for the technical difficulties, fellas.
What up, 2-5?
Yes, sir.
All right, no Dan. Wasn't a smooth start. We missed the Friday show. We just an unfit operation without Dan, man. But we're gonna get it together here. Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. We appreciate y'all for being very patient with us, man. It's been quite the afternoon, man. It's new coach hiring. It's signing day Wednesday. It's a lot of shenanigans going on right now, but we up and at it. Nick, how you feeling, man? No, you got the feds, the witness protection.
I am. I am. Here you go. I am driving, so we're gonna save. So I don't have to look. I can look at the road. We're going to Durham. We're going to North Carolina. We had a flight that was canceled because we had a bigger day today. We had football. Boy is driving 10 hours through the night to Durham, which is why I've got the witness protection on tonight. Over here, happy to pod.
Am I lagging?
Yeah, you was a little bit choppy in the beginning, Corey, but I don't know about now.
Crap. All right, man. We're gonna do our best, the best we can. We're all like, under tough circumstances. Dan is still on vacay. Wasn't on purpose. He planned his way before the Lane Kiffin shenanigans didn't work out. He already had this trip planned. I promise you, he's not that rich where he just planned a vacation. Soon as he think Lane Kiffin's not gonna come to Florida, that's not the vibe. So Dan will be back next week. But we got quite the show. The University of Florida has made a hire. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. But it's saying everybody's saying the audio is crap, man. Like, how do I sound? I don't like sounding like crap, bro.
I feel like you sound fine with it. You said with shit, so.
Okay, then we just gonna move, man. Jeremy don't know what he's talking about. Jeremy, just sit back and enjoy the show, my brother. If the audio is crap, we'll be back to normal next week. But we made a hire before we get into the shenanigans of the Florida State win. Jordan, you did not come in wearing your helmet. I think you need to get your vibes right.
Wow.
Put that helmet on, bro.
You right, bro. I was kind of fucked up and throw it off.
There we
One
go.
time
There
for
we
the
go.
nose, they straight up ass. Y'all know what it was. I bet my brother-in-law, he goes to FSU. He was here for Thanksgiving. I bet him 100 push-ups on command, so I had him doing diamond push-ups by the time like the middle of the third quarter.
Yeah, get him out the way, huh?
You know what I realized Saturday? So like everyone's got their team that they can't stand, and like I guess like growing up in South Florida, maybe like a lot of the friend group I had, some Florida State fans, like the first time I heard that war chant, I was like, oh, this is my team. Like this is the team that I can't stand. Like nothing about them. They start the band's playing during Tom Petty. They're playing I heard the war chant 40 times before the game even started. I'm like, this is my team. This is the one that makes my skin curl. So beating Florida State, sensational.
Big time, man. I can't lie. No, I feel like just the way we went out in the fashion was good. You know, we had a really rough season, and I just felt like looking at our record and looking at their record, like we deserved that win, man. We've been through a lot, and that was a good way to end the season. Yeah, it's all right. At least we got to beat them boys on our home turf. Got to see Jaden Ball do his thing. They fed my boy big Thanksgiving carries. Got to get to that 1,000-yard mark. Congratulations on him. Nick, you was right about the 1,000-yard rusher, right? Look at
The
that.
only prediction I made in the preseason show came true. Shout out to you. Thanksgiving carries.
Right?
Oh,
Straight up. That got
what a
to be the title.
line. What a line. Thanksgiving carries. Yeah, you want to start with Florida State? Do you want to just kind of gloss over it? Because we got other news to talk about, but like, what
Yeah,
a
we can kind
dog.
of just gloss over Florida State because we know that was a great win, something I feel like we needed, but we got bigger things to fry. But when boy Scott, I'm disappointed, man. I thought you was gonna be the first in the chat to drop the Go Gators, but you still in the building, so I'm happy to see you here, man.
It's probably on us. We were late. We were late with Scott. So,
Well,
yeah, but let's work more. Wait, there, Corey's back. Corey, you want to run through Florida State first, or you want to do Coach first?
Let's do the coaching for. That's what everybody's here for. We'll
Okay.
talk about the mid that was Florida State. I don't even want to get into my weekend because my Wi-Fi is like weird right now. So let's just get straight to it, man. University of Florida, it kind of moved fast with the Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin ends up deciding to go to LSU. There was a lot of news breaking around it, you know, the way it all went down, and we can have our opinions on that later. But long story short, the University of Florida is hiring Jon Sumrall. He had his conference today. Off the dribble, like, what are you guys' thoughts on the hire, fit, the Lane Kiffin, how all that played out? Just give me your rundown of your, as Dan would say, your high level view of perspective.
I'll go last because I spent the whole day with them doing the whole behind the scenes day. So let you guys go first because I got a bunch.
Mm.
So I pretty much felt like as I kind of sat on the Lane situation, and once we found out we didn't get Lane anymore, I kind of was disappointed for a little minute. But then I got to thinking, like, is that somebody we really looking for and that we really want? If he does get us to the promised land one time, what does that look like for us as a team? You know, is it going to be something that he's going to jump ship on us in a year because he's tired of it and wants to do the next challenge? So the uncertainty with having him. You feel me? Like I said, even in the beginning, when this whole thing started, I wasn't too high on him. It kind of grew on me over time because I was like, how good is he? Like, yeah, he has Ole Miss in a good situation right now. I think the best record in a long time for them. But before that, what has he done? We beat them last year. This is our same team. We had worse coaches and they still managed to lose. So I wasn't too high on him in the beginning. But I like this coaching move overall, man. I feel like he's a guy who's played ball. He looks like he's mean and tough, and that's what we need, just a Gator standard and a Gator identity of just playing tough, snotty-nosed football. That's usually how we won games over all the years that we've been successful. I think he'll bring that culture back to our team. He just needs to make some good hires within the scouting department and the offensive side of the ball, and I think we can get it staying rolling, man.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm back. I get the comparisons. You know, it's G5 again. It's from the state of Louisiana, and I think we were all just like so singly focused on Lane, and I thought, hey, like you're gonna have to address this at some point. He got kind of lobbed the question today, and it doesn't hurt that Urban Meyer, who came from Bowling Green, Utah, before coming to Florida, is sitting there and he's able to point that out. I thought he handled that question really well. Meeting. So today I was at the airport, got to meet and followed everyone around all day. Definitely a different personality. I was telling Jordan when we were in the pre-show, I'm like, this dude is a linebacker, like linebacker energy. He has energy for days, enthusiastic. And I think the one thing that stuck out to me is that he wasn't taking shots at anybody, but he was also being truthful. He said, I had other options. Auburn really wanted this guy. Kentucky, from talking to their fan base, he played at Kentucky, he coached at Kentucky. Kentucky fans are beside themselves that one of their own is going to be coaching the Gators. John, and his wife Ginny, they chose Florida. They had other places to go. Young guy, super energetic. He had an awesome meeting with the players today, and just from talking to them, I think it's going to be a good relationship with us, with Florida Victorious, and I think he won some people over. Not that he needed to win me over, but I'm fired up after spending the day with him. Guy's a ton of
Right.
energy. I think the players responded well to him today too.
Yeah, I got to keep it off the dribble. The hire it was just a letdown, like just from what we needed, right? I'm with y'all. I get into like his personality and everything. He kind of won me over, with his personality and his super football demeanor. But initially off the dribble, bro, like it didn't answer the call for what we needed. Offense, high octane offense. Being an offensive minded guy, it just feels like my initial thoughts was Muschamp without being an elite defensive mind was my first thoughts. And it's still some things are gonna matter, like who his coordinators is and who follows and come coaching with him is gonna determine a lot. Like that's just how all this work with any coach. Like you could be Urban Meyer is nobody without a elite staff and who he could bring along, right? And that's the same thing with this guy. Like he's gonna have to hire well for this thing to be successful. But off the dribble, there's a lot to be known or a lot to be figured out as far as how well he can recruit. After hearing him speak today, I think he's gonna recruit fine. Just hearing him be just the jock's jock. Like, he's one of those guys. You get like Grunk vibes. Somebody said Antonio Morrison. Yeah, he has that linebacker CTE glare in his eyes. Dog. Like you could tell, like he's just football or nothing. Like football.
I think you're lagging out there.
Oh,
Well,
Wi-Fi's kicking your ass.
yeah, man. I think I'm lagging out a little bit. This is why I got to talk to the guys over here in the building, man, get better Wi-Fi. But no, initially I don't like the hire. I don't think it fit, and I think University of Florida sold us a little short from what Scott originally said they was going to give us in this search, right? They said they were going to go get. It wasn't going to be G5, be offense, and I'm lagging out bad. And it was going to be, a lot of what Florida was missing in the last hire. And we just didn't get that. But, we're past that now. I got my rant out all day yesterday. Just got my tweets off. Just expressing what I didn't like about the hire. But now that we're here, he had his press conference. I like a lot of things that he said. And it's the press conference, man. That's game one. I know it's just talk. Like, now you got to live up to that talk. Like, Billy had some of the same talk. But now that we're here, I think it's a decent fit. I love his personality. A lot of things he was saying. I think the defense is gonna be good. Personality. I think he's a fit as far as like the fan base. I think he gets the fan base. The Lane Kiffin joke off the dribble wasn't the greatest, but in hindsight, it hits now. Like, but initially trying to figure out what his personality is like when he said that joke. I thought the delivery, like he needs me to write his jokes. So, you need some joke writing. I'm down to come out of trolling retirement for the sake of you having a good lunch, man. But I like the guy. And it wasn't gonna, and it's still a lot more to see. I want to see who he hired and what he do going forward. But I like that the players showed up to the presser. Seeing Lagway and those guys and Graham, the leaders of his team, even, so we all got our eyes on him. Seeing those guys at the presser was definitely a good look as well. So
yeah, that was good to see them out there for sure. That was good vibes, knowing that they was excited to see him come pull up.
Yeah, it was. So when we walked in the building, guys are in the building because they know like, hey, we're gonna have a team meeting, stuff like that. But when we walk through the doors, Jordan, you know where both of you guys know where it is. When you walk into the Hebner Center and they have that area that takes you back to just the football stuff, DJ
Yeah,
Lagway's sitting there waiting for him. Tramel Jones
right.
sitting there waiting for him. Miles Graham, Dallas, Nashawn Montgomery, VB3.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like it
nice.
was good to see like some key guys knowing what time that coach was going to be there and kind of like waiting around to say what's up to him right away, even before the team meeting and stuff like that. So
Right.
because that's
Yeah,
a
that was a
big
good
That's
thing. And
fight.
I
nice.
Before
think
before we
from talking to him, like, and I think we can all agree, like, especially the younger players, like, there's some talent on this roster, and I think retention is something that's going to be important.
very
Man,
important.
I
I think
feel like that's
OC
gonna be
hire is
good.
going to be. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying I feel like that is very important, man. I feel like that's what I've been stressing the whole time, and I'm not too mad at like that he came from a smaller school because the reality is what's out there. Like, who else could we have really hired to make us feel good? It was like we all said, Lane or nothing else, and like I feel like he was the best move off the nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And like he kind of fits the mold in the culture of what we want to be and what we trying to do. He just has to make the right hire, which, like you just said, any coach that was going to get hired was going to have to make that right hire. So I'd rather at least know that I'm comfortable with the foundation of everything being good and that our team is built off toughness, playing hard, effort. Because most of the time in football, man, that's what makes guys successful. Dudes who play hard and play for each other. All the
Yeah.
X's and O's, it'll come.
And to that note, like, one of the best things Nick Saban might have done is like find talent on the coaching staff. Because like
Facts.
this coaching staff was so good. We always talk about the Saban tree. He was having to replace guys over and over and over again. Like, even maybe the greatest college football coach of all time, the best asset he might have had is like talent finding on the coaching staff. So like every coach, no matter who you are, it's not a one person job. It's who you hire around you as well. But
I,
I think Florida got a dog. Like, this guy is obsessed with winning and what goes into it.
Before we get
Sure.
too far into the show, man, one time for the great folks at Brun Insurance and Financial Services. Anything you need insured from the Panhandle to the Keys, my man Greg is the best of the best, and he can take care of your car, home, auto, your life, motorcycles, RVs. If you want to save any amount of money, because I'm pretty sure he can save you some money, visit bruninsurance.com or give him a call at 958-589-2204. Big coverages, big policies.
Greg, what it do, baby?
Yeah, I killed the video. Thanks for the recommendation. Whoever said that in the comments, man. We'll see if I can roll a little bit better here. But I mean, I'm a little iffy on if we could have found somebody better, just from some of the news and some of the smoke that was coming out of other people that were interested in the job. But I don't even want it. It doesn't even matter, right? You know, all the politics of and the drama of what went down with his hiring, who else wanted the job, how the boosters are involved. And there's a lot of conversations to be had, you know, around the University of Florida. It wasn't the smoothest situation. You know, I thought it could be handled a little bit smoother with how we, you know, decide, you know, process. I thought it could have been handled better just to keep it a bean. But, you know, offensive coordinator is going to matter here. Like, you know, the offensive side of the ball, even though we had an offensive-minded coach this last regime, the defensive side of the ball, them guys thrive better, right? And I think from DJ Lagway, the receivers, the running back, a lot of hesitation on transfer portal or whatever's next is going to be predicated by who's that offensive coordinator, like who's coming in to call these plays. And all of us got our eye on that position, or we should have our eye on that position. All the hiring matter, but most importantly, we were not clicking right offensively this last regime. Dan Mullen brought the offense back, and then it diminished again, right? We was all thirsty for it when Dan wasn't here. When Dan got back, he restored that feeling, and then it went away real quick. So, I mean, not just even offense, like tempo, everything. I think that's going to be a big deciding factor of roster retention, in my opinion.
I think that'll definitely be a big point, but I also feel like maybe the players are just like, you know, relieved for a new start. You know, I think we could all say that Billy was just a total miss, like you mentioned. Like we brought him in for offense, and our offense was terrible. When we brought Dan in, it was for offense, and it actually thrived. So I guess we got to just hope that this guy's in a total miss. You know what I'm saying? Because that was hard to deal with. We dealt with a coach that was a total miss, and that we brought him in to kind of keep the offense going. He's an offensive-minded guy, former quarterback, I think, and it just didn't end up happening. Our offense actually probably got a lot worse, a lot worse than we thought. So I think it's just a lot of room for improvement here, just based upon what we've been dealing with. So just overall, I think he's in a good position already because the expectations, they are always high at Florida, but from what we just recently dealt with, I feel like any type of progression on the offensive side of the ball would be great.
Right. So a little bit about Sumrall. He began his head coaching career in 2021. So there's not a ton of experience. He was hired at Troy, stepped in for Chip Lindsey over 4 seasons from 2022 to 2025. He was 42-12. Good winning percentage, third most wins among G5 coaches in that span of time. His teams appeared in 2 bowls. They were 1-1, won a conference championship, the Sun Belt, in 2023. Finished ranked in the top 25 twice, number 19 in 2022, number 21 in 2025.
Yeah, those numbers don't sound bad. I mean, and he doing that with half the talent that we have at Florida. So that's why I'm very excited just upon like what I think he's going to bring to our team as far as the culture. I feel like we're going to bring that Florida culture back as far as playing tough and playing hard. And we got dudes like Urban backing them now, and Spurrier and everybody like that. And they got the sauce, you know what I'm saying? They've been there before. They know what it takes to get to the dance. So I'm not mad at this hire at all with I see everybody who's backing him and just the energy he brings.
Right. I mean, and defensively, he's been, I mean, he took a step back this past year, but most of his tenure, he's finished in the top 25 defensively when you look at the rankings. So like he puts out a solid defense. I'm still want to see who he hires as a DC, but offense is going to be where we all got our eyes on, right? Tulane's attack exploded in 2024, and his guys ranking top 20 in scoring. So he has some scoring abilities. You get into the stats, it gets a little weirder, but he integrated transfers effectively. His team's ranking in the top 30 in yards per completion every year. 7th in 2024. In 2024, he was 7th in yards per completion. So there's some explosiveness in his offense. I don't think he's bringing that play caller, so a lot of this is probably irrelevant, but it's just how he hires, right? That just shows a little.
Yeah, and I also think he'll get a lot of
all time against power. My bad. I'm just going in and out. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'll be trying to just chime in if I hear you going out.
Go ahead, do your thing. So he's real quick on Power 4.
On that note, though, Corey, it's like talking to some national writers who maybe might be more familiar with him. Some of the guys that like break news, stuff like that. They said he's very malleable. Like it's not like, hey, this is what I run. This is what we're gonna do on the other side of the ball on offense, and we're bringing it to you. It's kind of like, so that's where I think a lot of the the press conference quote, like, hey, Florida needs to have a high-powered offense. That's also what you have in terms of resources in the state. Like that's what Urban Meyer, I think, realized quickly is like, oh, wow, look at the state of Florida. Look at the athletes that are here. We're just going to be the fastest team in the country because that's what is easy and convenient for us to recruit. And I think that from what I got from talking to some of the national writers, like I said, is that, hey, he'll change. Like they're doing what they're doing at Tulane because I think that's what they have personnel-wise. And at Florida, they'll do something different. Like they're doing what they have based on what the roster has. And I think Coach Sumrall said that again today at his press conference. Like, hey, we're going to have a high-powered offense because that's what you have to have at Florida.
Yeah, I like that, man. And as far as I feel like hiring gonna go, I just got a feeling that he may be into hiring former athletes. I know a few coaches on that staff, and a lot of them are former guys who played in the NFL of some sort or college. So I wouldn't be surprised if they end up signing some guys that are former players or something like that. Not all, but majority probably.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I know they have some names come on. We'll dish out our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator boards as we get like substantial information. We don't just want to just throw names out there like we just did with the coaching thing and get people hyped up about names that may not materialize. So just be patient with us with the DC OC talk. We'll get into that more next. I'm gonna do a pop-up show tomorrow just because I don't like my lagging. I don't like the way this feeling. I feel like I'm giving out a bad product and I don't like it. One of the things that pop up in just the analytics and stats, his defenses at both stops did take a dip in year 2. So like the rankings, overall defensive ranking in both stops, it just, there was a drop off in year 2. So it's just something to watch. Just want to be mindful of those type of things. But from your standpoint, I know a lot of fans, my DMs was full of this. Is Sumrall gonna get the same level of just NIL support and admin support, that Billy Napier was getting, and also that they were talking about giving Lane Kiffin? Do you know, Nick?
Yeah, like the stuff because I got flooded with this. Like there was a number that got thrown out, and it's like that's not how it works. Like we didn't tell Billy, or we don't tell a coach, this is what you have to work with. Like he would get every effort that we can give, which includes donors, which includes just people being members. Like no, we're not telling him, oh no, sorry, that's out of budget. Like you're going to get whatever you need, and whatever you tell us you need to be successful is what we're going to do for you. And that was the case with Bill. And that's going to be the case. That's just how we operate. Tell us what you need to be successful, and we're going to make it happen.
Yeah, I feel like that's reasonable, man. I feel like we made too much money in today's day for them to be cuffing money. I mean, obviously a little bit before NIL, there was all being forced to a certain community, but now I feel like it's meant to spread out and kind of help us out as players and coaches and everything to be successful. So I don't think they'll be pinching a penny as far as things he needs. I mean, it's not going to be much things he needs besides new players, and we have
Right.
enough, or we can always use sure, but sure, it's within reason. I wouldn't even want us overspending on certain guys anyway, if we're being honest. Like,
No, I like the talk that he was talking when he was saying he was going to take care of the veteran players on the team and not go like, heads over heels for the freshmen, or the kids that's coming out on the team, and that makes more sense to keep the locker room in check. But I mean, we do got to talk about the general manager Caldwell. I'm a Jags fan, bro, so I got PTSD from Caldwell and the way he did things at Jacksonville. And I don't think he's ever been a successful GM. College is different. I do like that he got pro experience, and coming from a successful organization like the Eagles is definitely dope. But him as a GM and being a Jags fan, I'm pretty sure all the Jag fans in the comments can relate that just not a big fan of the hire, just to be honest. But what's y'all thoughts on the GM hire?
Yeah, I think there no one really knew how or what to do and how to do, GMs. I mean, like Jacob LaFrance ran the recruiting and then got a GM title. And in my mind, like that's not what a general manager is. A general manager should be overseeing like football and the roster and NIL, and you're doing part scouting, which I think is what Jacob does. But I think I like that Caldwell, whatever he did in Jacksonville, but then he goes and he's like helping with the scouting for Harry Roseman up there in Philadelphia. I think it's interesting. I talked to him today, met him for the first time. He said he's excited to work with us. So like, it's just a totally different ball game, I think, than the NFL. But it's also, I think you need that kind of structure now. And I think a lot of schools, not just Florida, are kind of trying to like still kind of figure out. I mean, the rules for NIL change every 6 months. So it'll be interesting. But yeah, like I said, like you said, Corey, like college is different than the NFL. We'll see. But that kind of experience, I think, is good. You're not getting, just some guy who a coach brought because a coach liked them. I think it's a guy who's familiar with contracts, familiar with scouting, and kind of, structuring how much do you want every room to get to, work into whatever budget you're going to have.
So he's in the trenches and working right now, right? He's leading up to signing day. I know all those fans that are recruiting, fanatics are kind of gearing up for Wednesday. So what's his role right now on campus and dealing with recruits and getting ready to get guys signed up here and also get prepared for the transfer portal?
Yeah, I think this is the dilemma that we are in because of the NCAA and the college football calendar. Like, this is crazy. I think, first off, I think good on Florida and good on Tulane. Like, you're watching how a situation should be handled. Like, Jon Sumrall is going to go back coaching this conference championship game this Friday, and if they make the playoff, Florida says, "Hey, go run the playoff." You saw the absolute TMZ show happen in Ole Miss and LSU. Like, that's a disaster. I think Florida and Tulane handled it the right way. It's a lot on Summerall's plate. Like, you're having to talk to your guys that are committed to you at Tulane. He said that today. He was like, I told them to stay committed to Tulane. He says, then I got on and I FaceTimed all the guys that were committed to us and thanked them for, committing to Florida. Now you have as Summerall goes back, now you have a GM in place who is going and his plate, like, is going to be full. You're starting to, hey, what has the current staff done? What are your cut-ups? What do you have on these guys? Let me look at your scouting reports and kind of doing all that. But yeah, I don't think Jon Sumrall will be doing a lot of sleeping this week. You're essentially coaching a team while also, recruiting and evaluating and doing everything for Florida. But having the GM in place and in town, certainly helpful in that. And probably important that they were able to make the hiring and get a GM in place because of the unique situation that you're in.
Right. I do. And I also like how aggressive he said he was going to be in the transfer portal. Just watching the last efforts and, us trying to do it, while I understood the method, it was tough to get through. Just hearing how aggressive he said and what he had to deal with the transfer portal because his guys were getting posted from a lower level.
Yeah.
I like what I heard, and
yeah, you're on the other side of it now, man.
We haven't had a whole lot of flips.
You're on the other side of it now. Florida's not going to be getting poached like Tulane was getting poached, because I know what we have money wise, but I think he still had kind of the same philosophy that Billy had. And he mentioned it in a later interview. Urban Meyer mentioned it when they were doing a talk that I was sitting there for. And it's, you have to build your program through high school and then you supplement through the transfer portal. But when you fire a coach and this is the time frame you have, and early signing day is for 2 days, 48 hours after your announcement, like you do the best you can on early signing day. And I think you're aggressive in the portal year one. But I think philosophy-wise, we're going to build the program, build the team through high school and supplement through the portal. I think this year, just based on the timeline and what it is kind of thing, is I think you'll have to be a little more aggressive in the portal to bring guys in. But the philosophy, at least from what I gathered today from talking to him, from being at the press conference, was that we want to build through high school and supplement through the portal this year, notwithstanding.
I respect it and I like it. I'm interested to see somebody come and said Carson Baker decommitted. I haven't been on Twitter like that in the evening. So if that won't happen, it's a running back. He's also developed decent running backs at both his stops, Troy and Tulane. So running back, we're deep there, and I'm pretty sure we can go get some guys, to be able to fill in for that. I do like Carson Baker's game, though. Unfortunate situation, but we move, right? Up next. For the most part, most of the kids committed to University of Florida has stuck out through this entire project, which is also rare. That just goes to like the quality of kids that Billy Napier did recruit. He got high character guys that don't just jump because things got a little, weird. they was more committed to the logo than even him. So we'll see how it all plays out on Wednesday. You know, it's gonna be a lot of smoke, and now that these kids have a coach, they get to make the decisions on if they want to flip or not. When are we active with our guys transfer portal wise? Is it still the same rule? It's 5 days from now, right? 5 days from the
I
hire,
don't.
they're allowed to.
That's what I thought, but I think that I don't think that's the case. I think it might not be. They might not be able to go until the portal. I think. I don't know. I asked for clarity, and I don't know. So I might be able to before you do your next pop up show. I'll get that information for you. But I remember I
Yeah.
asked today, and someone said they had to go check for me.
Okay, before we move on to our next topic, home field apparel. Be sure to visit homefieldapparel.com. Use promo code Stadium. Traditional logos. Just make sure y'all tap in with Home Field Apparel for some of the best Gator apparel in the universe. Stadium and
The whole
Gale,
universe.
the whole universe, not half of it. So let's move. Let's talk about a little Florida State. We'll get back to some of this on the pop-up show. I don't like how much I'm lagging. I can't really get into the nuances of everything I want to talk about because I'm lagging out. I feel like I'm a drop in the middle of saying some dope takes. But Florida State came through to the swamp, caught hands, feet, knuckles, chairs, elbows, the people's elbow. We did what we had to do, man. Kept them out of bowl contention. Misery loves company. But overall, it was Jaden Ball's day. We got another 1,000-yard rusher. The boy went absolute crazy. The amount of carries he got, like, it just was a lot of what we've been talking about all year. But Scarlett, from a running back's perspective, give us your overall thoughts of the game and Jaden Ball's performance.
I think it was great, man. I love that the coaches committed to, let him break that record and just feeding him. I felt like it just showed what type of team he was and how much the team cared for him. You see the guys rallying around him, was like happy for him. Everybody was posting him all over the place after. So as a running back, man, I'll say that was amazing, man. It was an amazing feeling for him. And I actually heard somebody saying today, like, oh, I hope they can keep Jaden Ball. I'm like, so honestly, if he wants to leave after breaking a record like that, not breaking a record but being 1,000-yard rusher at such a great school, I mean, you would be silly to do such a thing. Like, you got a chance to leave a real legacy on a great school. So I'm not too concerned with him leaving, but I'm definitely happy for him and that he was able to accomplish that. And especially against a team like Florida State, you go crazy and run for 266 or something like that. He went crazy. So that was a great one, man.
Yeah, I don't have the exact number ahead of me, but only Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt Smith ran for over 300, 3 bills, Jordan. That's some video game stuff. So that Emmitt, I don't know if Emmitt's record will ever be broken, but Jordan, Jaden ran for the second most yards in a single game in Florida football history. What is that like? Like, does a coach come? First off, Billy Gonzalez came out and said, like, "Oh, the game plan was get Jaden Ball 1,000 yards straight up. We will give him if he doesn't get it. If he doesn't get it, it's not going to be because we didn't give him the ball. We didn't give him the. Right. You cannot tell us, hey, you guys robbed him of 1,000. What would that be like if you're close to something, or if you're even just regular game planning and a coach goes, hey, get some sleep Friday night. Get some sleep Friday night. And at what point, man, does a coach come to you and be like, don't tap your helmet, you're staying in there. You're going to carry the ball 40 times today.
Right, man, that's great. And that just makes you feel so good, man, because you really think about it. Like, that coach is putting trust in you. Obviously, the season's over. It's not like this game is going to get us to a bowl game or to the playoffs or anything like that. But just for him to trust you and put a team on your back to get a win, he's not saying, like, oh, I don't care if we win, lose, or draw. He's getting 40. Like, nah, he's getting 40 and it's going to be successful. And we're going to win the ball game. And he's going to put a team on his back. So I feel like that's an amazing feeling, man, knowing that the team trusts you and the coach trusts you like that. And he was able to go out there and prove everything.
Yeah. I mean, he rushed for 266 on 38 carries, 2 touchdowns. It was the second most yards since Eric Rett went for 284 and 92. Like what he did was some historic stuff, not just a 1,000-yard thing. Well, he's the first 1,000-yard rusher since Kevin Taylor as well. But just a great night from that dude, man. And I think we cool with Jaden. And it's gonna be it's not gonna be easy to keep him here, but some of these guys are just gonna be Gators for these type of things, bro. Like he's a 1,000-yard rusher, legacy reasons. I don't think pay is gonna be a reason he leaves. And running backs, bro, like I don't think the offense is gonna matter. Like I think receivers and other positions it matters a little bit more than running back, bro. Especially with a guy like Sumrall, he gonna hand that ball off regardless. But from a passing situation, DJ Ladway went 15 of 24 for 168 yards. Both got a touchdown. With Tony Livingston and Hanson, both scored a touchdown. Sturdivant was able to get pay dirt. 62.5% completion percentage, and then he was 125.3 on passer. Just a stable game, I would say, from him. Nothing too exciting, nothing too crazy. We leaned on the run game like we should have did most of this season. Play action pass, hit some things. I think both touchdowns was all play action pass in the red zone. You play action, they bite down. You hit the tight end, boom, easy score. We forced 2 turnovers. One thing, bro, we got to keep. Everybody talking about offense. Woods is the guy we need to keep. Like, we got to keep. Oh, my goodness. What a dog, bro. Like, he's a dog.
Listen, we're going to have to take care of him, but, I think he wants to be here. He is such a smart kid, great head on his shoulders, probably more mature than me. Not that that's a low bar. Probably more mature than Jordan. Higher bar than me. But yeah, Jaden Wood's gonna be a freak, man. Really, really good player. I wanted to, before we get to that though, the Hanson touchdown. I'd been watching them run that because they threw Aaron Childs in. They threw Aaron Childs in at fullback, and it's like a goal line 2-point conversion package they had. And they were running that little spider 2 live banana John Gruden loves. They were trying to force a down pass to Aaron Childs as a fullback. I think DJ even talked about it after the game. We were literally trying to throw a touchdown to our Mike linebacker. And that Hayden Hanson is the 4th look in that, as he's kind of just dragging around. It's hey, if nothing's there, check 89. If not, tuck it. But I've been watching them throw touchdown passes to Aaron Childs for a month, begging, hoping, praying that we'd see it in a game. But that was the play call. They were trying to get the ball to Aaron Childs down there.
I like that. That sounds like, but if it don't feel like we good enough to be trying to get Aaron Childs the ball, I feel like
it's just,
I feel like
hey, hey, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, they like the season over.
I do like throwing a linebacker at fullback.
Yeah.
If you throw a linebacker at fullback, he had some lead blocks throughout the year. And hey, listen, we can get the ball into 8/41's hands. Let's do it.
Throw him a little bone, man. He been blocking hard all year.
Yeah. No,
bro,
man.
I'm telling you, if Aaron Childs would have caught a touchdown, the entire sideline would have been in the end zone.
Celebrating like
sidelines. Just stomping on. What do they call their horse?
Big man scored a touchdown last year. What's his name?
Oh no, Dez didn't get the first down.
First down. We treated like he got it in
when Rubio scored. When Rubio scored the Gasparilla Bowl, half the sideline went. Yeah.
Yeah,
but one thing I did like is the young secondary, right? I thought Ben Hanks and Javari Flowers. Javari Flowers is going to be a guy. He just came on. I saw the Mississippi State game. I was at that game, and he kind of grew up that game, right? But just to watch them guys play, because Florida State had some receivers. To watch them guys line up against Deuce and the receivers that they got over there and hold their own as true freshmen like that. Those are also guys that we got to keep in the fold, and those weren't even our veteran guys. I think Cromartie's going to come back. Devin Moore's definitely going to the NFL as he should. I mean, he don't have a choice at this point, but we're going to have a very good secondary if we can retain those guys as well. I was very impressed by what both of those young freshmen brought to the table to close out the season.
Yeah, Devin Moore's a senior, like true senior. I know it feels like, I mean, he was hurt so much that he might have had a red shirt, but he played in 5 games, 7 games before being able to play what he did this year. But yeah, and to that point still too is like those guys had to play a ton. Like Ben Hanks, I think, was supposed to redshirt this year and ended up playing a bunch. Jamari Flowers ended up playing a bunch. You got Drake Stubbs got in there to play. I think Bryce Thornton comes back. He's got another year. Like the secondary, it will be young again next year, but also got some valuable experience towards the end of this season.
No doubt. Gotta pay the bills. We gotta pay the bills. One time for the great folks at Game Time Sidekicks, best cups in the business. You see my man Jordan Scarlett cup right there. If I wasn't lagging out on this Obama internet, I would have my cup up as well. But things ain't smooth
If I
right
wasn't on
now.
I-95, I'd have mine.
Visit Game Time Sidekicks. Keep the cold drinks cold, warm drinks warm. Great products, man. They're dishwasher safe. I run mine through there all the time. If they aren't, I'm here to let Game Time Sidekicks know that your cups are dishwasher safe. If you want to receive 15% off, use coupon code Stadium15 at checkout. Get your updated cups, man. Black, blue, throwback. You get the basketball national championship, baseball cups, whatever it may be, man. Game Time Sidekicks.
Get your holiday shopping going, fellas. It's about that time.
It is. It's definitely Christmas season. It's December 1st. Dan been saying it's Christmas season since September, but we're sure now.
When do y'all turn Christmas music on? Not to derail it too far. I think I started today.
Yeah, I got kids. I started since before Thanksgiving.
Oh goodness.
Unfortunately.
I got that Mariah Carey going when I was helping the wife and my moms and pops in the kitchen. We got some. That's my favorite Christmas album is the Mariah Carey joint. I play a little Boyz II Men. I get throwback with my Christmas tunes, man. What's your favorite?
Yeah.
What's your Christmas vibes?
Boyz II Men Christmas is there. Obviously, Mariah Carey's song. I've gotten into Pentatonix. Their Christmas albums. They're like the a cappella group.
Okay.
That's been my jam the past like 2 years though.
Well, you got anything planned? We're gonna get back into our football talk. Y'all bear with us. You got anything special for the kid? You're a father now, for Christmas. Like, I know she don't really know what's going on, but
she does not know what's going on though. But we'll see. I think we're putting the Christmas tree up. We're gonna be in Friday, so we're doing with Santa. I'm sure we'll get the timeline. We'll see. Probably, hopefully, not a screaming, crying Frankie with Santa, but I'm guessing handing her off to some crazy guy with a white beard. Maybe he hopes that Dad's got a white beard. Who knows? But yeah, we'll start doing it. But I don't know that she will remember this Christmas or know what's going on this Christmas.
That is cute to get some pictures so you can show.
I'll take tips from the other dads. Yeah.
Yeah, just get some cute pictures, man, that she can see later when she get a little. Like my daughter loves seeing little pictures of her when she was a little baby. Really, that was me doing that. But yeah, other than that, she's not gonna remember it at all.
Yeah, man, my son see the picture. Like, why was I always in a Spider-Man outfit, bro? We could not take you out of that thing. That's why.
Exactly.
Dad, why didn't you put me in anything else? My son, the tantrum you would throw if we took it off.
Yeah, bro. Man. Hey, outside of shout out to Lagunza too. I thought he played well. The safety. I see somebody put that in the comments. Like he played very well. It was very good to see, especially on senior day, to see Caleb Banks play. Yeah. And also when he came out the crowd with that fumble, I was hyped as hell, man. So shout out to my guy Banks. I missed him.
I'll tell you something real quick. We got lucky that there was like a little scuffle going on because Caleb Banks chucked that football into the stands. It wasn't like full Brandon Spikes pick six on his senior day when he punted it. It got flagged, but Caleb ran it over to the north end zone, and that football at least 20 rows up, just chucked it. Shout out to him because, like, So you're kind of like in with the agent, stuff like that now. Like, there's no way your agent wants you to come back and play. I saw Caleb after the game. I was like, bro, you made me feel bad. I saw you right after the surgery. I asked how you were doing. You looked at me and you said, well, my college career is over, so that's not great. And I was like, damn, make me feel like an idiot. And he looked at me and he was like, yeah, bro, this is crazy. So shout out to him. Uh put his team before himself even. And then also coming back and going out on your own terms. So good to see him
He's a
play
legend for
well
that.
in his last game. He hates Florida State. I don't know where that came from. We asked him after. He goes, I didn't really know much about them. Obviously Louisville plays Florida State. But he goes, I didn't really know much about them. He goes, but it didn't take me long to start hating them. And I was like, hey, join the club.
That's what's up, man. What Jordan wants like? I know we're not gonna hold too long. 'Cause I gotta be out of this building at 10 o'clock. They're gonna find me. But what's senior night like for the players? Teammate wise, just that last walk in the swamp. Like, what's that feeling like?
Definitely an emotional one, man. I've seen a lot of dudes go through it, and it was a special moment to see, great. That last one in the swamp, man, it gets a little emotional because then you get to just thinking about, dang, is this my last game for the guys that's not going to the NFL and stuff like that. So it's a tough one to see, man. You and your brothers being sad and them thinking about it being their last ride out with all their boys or even just football in general. So it's definitely mixed feelings on that one.
Yeah.
How much because we ask the guys all the time, like the younger players, like when you were a sophomore, or when you were your junior year, how much of it is like, hey, we got to send the seniors out, right? Is that talked about? Is that like unspoken but like known, or is that something that maybe we and like the media just make more of?
Yeah, I think it's something that's kind of more just already known. It kind of doesn't really need to be said. It's something that it's your brother's last one, and you see that he's emotional. He's been emotional probably all week in practice leading up to that game day. Once they do the visor and walking out and everything, and I guess if that don't get you riled up to go to war for your brothers, I don't know what it is. So I think it's kind of self-explanatory.
Right. But yeah, shout out to 88, man. Right. Like the fans, he'll forever be, remember for that. Like even though we didn't get the Caleb Banks we wanted to, or the season that we thought we could have, but him putting it all out on the line. Because like you said, no agent wants. So I'm pretty sure the agent was probably like, man, chill out, dog. Like pay the agent here. Like we got you back healthy enough to hit the combine, bro. Just vibe out, man. Let's work out. But he laid it all out on the line for the love of the game, man. That's very rare in these times, man. So shout out to Caleb Banks, big fan of the guy. I'm pretty sure we'll see him back in the swamp more often just to show love and do it fine and everything. So I'm gonna do a pop-up show tomorrow. If y'all got time, y'all can check in with me, but I definitely gotta tap in and get more of my takes and stuff off, man. Before we get out of here, Alumni Hall. When you want Gator gear, Alumni Hall is your ultimate shopping destination. Apparels like Nike, Cutter, Buck, Columbia, Peter Millar, Champion. Plus they got their 2 for $38 tees too. Like you can't find that special anywhere else. Top-notch material for women's, kids, accessories. They have Yeti. Don't do Yeti. Go get a Game Time Sidekick. Sorry, Alumni Hall. They also have hats, man. AlumniHall.com. Right there in Gainesville. Visit them people, hold them down, hold down Stadium Miguel. Support our sponsors, man.
Hey, they have I was just at Alumni Hall shopping for my nephews. Converted one of my nephews, they live in Tallahassee, converted one of my nephews from a Seminole to a Gator this weekend, bought him some stuff at Alumni Hall. They do sell Game Time Sidekick stuff there, but go to the GameTimeSidekicks.com, use our code, supports us while saving yourself some money. Also, support Alumni Hall.
Yeah, you got to teach these kids young. Now, you can't really be a fan of a team that can't afford to fire a coach. Like, you got to choose wisely, kids.
Smells broke.
Smells broke. Smells broke. We beat. Like, Norvell has lost to 2 interim head coaches. Billy G and Greg Knox. Both
They
putting
lucky.
hands.
Them boys want to fire him for real. There's just no point in firing him. That's sad. It's a sad spot to be in for real.
I mean, you
Yeah,
love to see it.
Yeah.
Another
yeah.
thing, the show is gonna be. We gotta get up out here, but the show is gonna be electric when Dan get back. I know y'all waiting to get y'all pound of flesh from Dan and to give him a hard time. We are too. My guy over in the UK having a great time, but we'll be back to our regular scheduled program next week. We appreciate y'all for being patient with us. With Friday today, the lack of internet and things running smoothly, but S&G will be back to his regular smooth selling next week. And I'll tap in with y'all tomorrow on the pop-up, but we are out of here. Song of the week. What you got, Jordan?
I think I can go Christmas song, Mariah Carey. Which one of Mariah Carey songs do I like?
This Is Christmas?
Yeah, that's it right there, big dog.
I like Chris Brown. This Is Christmas, but that's a tough take too. Chris Brown go crazy on this Christmas, man. But,
he did too.
Yeah. All right, we out of here, man. Same corner, same time. We'll see y'all.
Take care.
Should take forever to end sometimes, bro. What's going on here?
Yeah, he's still alive.